Oh, hi there, YouTube. This is DattMennis coming to you with a Halo 4 campaign review. I'm going to try to keep this as spoiler-free as possible, but I do guarantee you there are going to be a couple things that I say that might kind of give something away for you. Nothing really related to the story as much as what sort of things you get to do in the game. So if that's something that you would like to keep to yourself or keep away from yourself until you have played the campaign, feel free to watch the video later. So first thing I wanted to talk about were the things that I liked about the Halo 4 campaign. The list is pretty long, so let's get straight into it. The first thing is the amazing cutscene quality, and I'm talking about visual quality as well as storytelling quality. The visual quality, many times, especially in cutscenes that only involved like the Chief or other human actors or human characters in the game. See right there, I said actors. I honestly sometimes was like, is this like live action or what? You know, and it was pretty damn good. The only thing that really gave it away were some of the settings and some of the faces on the characters. Like Del Rio, when he's yelling at you, he doesn't look like he's yelling at you, but you know, overall, like, the quality is just fantastic. It's an exceptional cutscene quality. And in terms of giving the storyline, it does a really, really damned good job of giving you the storyline that they promised you that they would give in Halo 4. So I want to keep talking about the storyline because for me that's the most important thing in a campaign. And one thing that I really liked is that they brought character to the characters. Prior to this Halo game, the Chief was just a killing machine, robot, cyborg, genetically modified dude, badass. You know, he didn't really say a whole lot. He might have had his mouth sewn shut for all we know. In this game, however, in the first 2 missions, he's probably said more than he has in the entire franchise up until this point. And I like that. I think that's good because, you know, they managed to keep you feeling like you are the Chief, which is, by the way, the entire point of why they don't have him talk and why he never takes off his helmet, is to psychologically give you the idea that you are in the suit. And I'll touch on that more later. But they managed to keep that character alive while also making you feel like, you know, you're that character. I really, really liked the cutscene conversations that were had. In terms of telling the story, they did a really good job of that. There's a lot of supplemental stuff with it, though. You know, you should probably watch Forward Unto Dawn before you play this game. You should probably look for all those terminals and watch the videos on Halo Waypoint. But I'll get into more of that later. That's one of the cons, actually. So, I really liked that they brought Lasky in there. Like I said, you need to watch Forward Unto Dawn. They really did a good job of making him have that respect for the Chief and have the Chief respect his authority as well. It was just really good. And as we all know, like, the main relationship in the video is between Cortana and the Chief. And they really did a good job of that. In Halo 3, they kind of touched on the idea of Cortana being corrupted by the Gravemind in that game. And honestly, it was annoying as fuck. When she, like, when there was something involving her getting taken over, like, it was a huge, like, while you were playing, it would stop you from doing anything. And it was just obnoxious. In this game, however, they time it well, so you're not actually doing much when she's losing her shit, most of the time. And when she is losing her shit, like, it's not as annoying. It's not as like, what the hell is going on, and more of like, okay, I get it. Like, you wanna sympathize with her. You wanna be like, okay, Cortana, I get it. Like, cool down. We'll get through this. Which, you know, the Chief basically does. By the way, I feel bad for the Chief. He's basically babysitting a computer that's on its computer period. A deadly computer period. And that's not to say that Cortana dies. I will neither confirm nor deny that, because that's not what that was intended to say. Anyway, moving right along. In terms of the gameplay design, I think it was really good. The gameplay was really, really fun. It never got dull or dry. A lot of Halo campaigns do that for me. They just kind of, they just kill it. Like, it's just too much grinding on senselessly. Like, there's a lot of times where you just, like, you're doing stuff because there's a waypoint there. You don't really know why you're doing stuff. In this game, however, you really do understand why. They do a good job of, like, while you're playing, explaining to you, hey, you need to go do this thing, and here's a reason why. And you're like, oh, okay, cool, I'm going to go do that thing, not I'm going to go walk over towards that waypoint. Yeah, and also in terms of the map design, I really think that it was gorgeous. Really, really well done. And I think that they really did a good job of capitalizing on when they needed to have claustrophobic spaces, and also capitalizing on when they had open spaces. That being said, I really liked that this was unlike Halo 3 in that there was not only like giant epic battle sequences, and it also stayed away from the Halo 2, like everything, even if it's a giant battle, is like very corridored. Yeah, it was a really good campaign in terms of the level design. It looked good and it felt good. It was consistent with what it should have been. You know, it wasn't like too overwhelming or too dark. You know, the claustrophobic spaces were like the parts in the ships, and they felt claustrophobic for a reason, and it was good. Adding to that, I really think that the point of view that you have while you're playing in the campaign is really great. Your screen is like kind of obstructed by the helmet itself. There are places where in the bottom corners of your screen you can see like the cheek plates of the helmet, and in the top you can see the visor, and I think that's really cool to add that sort of like in the helmet feel. I think it really did it. For me, it really did the trick. It did a really good job of that. In terms of variety of gameplay, I don't want to spoil anything, so if you're concerned about what sort of things you get to do, pause the video, skip like a minute ahead, and keep watching. I really liked the parts in the Pelican, the Broadsword, the Mantis, and they had just a lot of really cool places where you could choose. Like, you could choose between taking a Banshee or fighting on the ground, or like trying to sneak around some people and like flanking, or just shoving it right up their ass. Like, there were a lot of choices in the level, and I thought that was good. It wasn't linear. Well, it was linear, but it wasn't as linear as other games have been. That being said, I really liked the feel that each vehicle gave you. The Pelican felt right, or what I would imagine is right. The Broadsword felt wonderful. Reminded me of Star Fox. I had a little nerdgasm, and it was fun as shit. I also liked the Mantis. Like, when you get the Mantis, there's like a warning that's like, you shouldn't use this unless you're serious. And, you know, you get to walk into the next room and be super serious. Which is really cool. I really like it. You really did feel like the baddest ass in the entire galaxy. It was pretty cool. Also, the AI, at first I was like, because I heard that like the AI was really smart, and I was playing against like the Covenant first, and I was like, well, this is normal, you know, it's just the same thing over and over again, in terms of like what sort of things the characters do. But when the Prometheans show up, when the Forerunners show up, it's like, oh shit, like, they're actually really smart, and they will do shit to you that will make you really frustrated. I played on the heroic difficulty just because that's the difficulty I like to play on, to preserve the story while also maintaining some sense of difficulty. I really liked it. It was a lot of fun. The AI was smart, it was challenging, it was good. And all that being said, I think that the campaign really grasped what it was supposed to. Like, it gave you the sense of loneliness, the fear of the unknown, the kind of wonder, and the feeling of like extreme face rollage that it needed to in certain situations. That being said, there were some things that I didn't like about the campaign. First of all, there were a couple of glitches. I actually had to repeat the From the Cradle part of the campaign, the part with the broadsword, twice for no reason. I finished it, I did all the things it needed me to do, and then I was just flying, and it went into a cutscene, and then it started me over, and I have no idea why. Also, there's a couple glitches in terms of like you being in a cutscene, and like Cortana talking to you while other people are talking to you, like out of cutscene dialogue happening while you're in a cutscene, and that's kind of frustrating because you miss out on a lot. The story is really, really dense, which is good, but also bad because they needed more time to talk about the story. For instance, the part where you talk to the librarian, like, you really need way more time to talk to the librarian, because it's basically like, she's like, hey, there's this thing that you need to prevent him from getting. Well, can I kill him if he has it? No. Okay. Moving right, like, that's all it is. And it's like, there should be a lot more, because there's a lot to the story. And I really felt like the idea of putting the terminals around was cool, but I don't like that you have to go to Halo Waypoint to watch them. just because it should pull them up right there. It should pull them up and let you get into the storyline as you're playing the game. Anyway, moving right along, there's a lot of subplots. For instance, at the beginning, Halsey is being interrogated. No one knows why. I mean, clearly it's because she kidnapped people for the Spartan program, but, like, you know, she's being interrogated, yet there's new Spartans. And why are there new Spartans? And why did the Covenant start working with the Prometheans? Just because, like, what? That was a lot of my sentiment throughout the campaign, was just a really big sense of, like, wait, okay, I mean, alright, I'll go do the things, but I don't understand why I have to fight both the Covenant and the Prometheans 2 seconds after they were shooting their shit up. The one thing that I really did not like is the ending, and I'm not going to spoil anything in terms of what happened at the ending, but it was a Call of Duty-esque ending where you have to press a button, do a quick time event to finish the thing, and it's dumb. They had a lot of potential for a really cool boss fight, like in Halo 2, but that just didn't happen. It didn't happen, and it was really disappointing that it didn't happen, because it built up to what could have been that, but it just didn't. It just didn't, and I was kind of disappointed in that. Another small little thing is that there was no translation of the alien speak, which I understand why they did that, to maintain the authenticity and the sense of wonder of the game, but I really did want to hear a grunt say something cute, and they never did, so that was disappointing. But anyway, that's all I have in terms of, like, what I liked and what I didn't like with the campaign. Overall, I would have paid $60 just for the campaign, and I'm serious about that. I'm a big Halo fan. I always have been since it came out, but, like, that was a really good campaign. And I'm excited for where they take it next, because clearly it's not ending here. There's a lot more to it. I'm just excited to see where it goes, and I've been spending my day on Halo Wiki trying to figure out what the hell happened in the storyline. And anyway, so that being said, if I had to give it a number rating out of 10, I would give it a solid 8 out of 10. Why? Graphically, it's gorgeous. Map design, beautiful. It gives players choices, but not too much choice to kind of screw over the gameplay. But that being said, the dense story, which is really nice, is also a little bit too dense. It's a little bit overwhelming, and there's not really enough time for them to go into it. So that's why I gave it an 8 out of 10. That's my review of the Halo 4 campaign. I'm not going to do one for the multiplayer, I don't think, because there's a lot more to it, and I haven't played enough of it yet. Anyway, so thanks for watching. I know that the gameplay you're watching probably sucks, and you're probably laughing at it. In fact, I encourage you to laugh at it, because I know that there's several points in which I like hit the wrong button. I'm trying to get used to a new control scheme. But anyway, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, do whatever you want with it. Like, share it, like it. You can even subscribe if you really want to. It's all up to you. You know, whatever feels right to you, just go ahead and do it. So anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later. Oh, one more thing. Scratch that. Not talking to you guys later yet. If you scratch that, let me try that. Of course I mess up the ending. Basically all I'm asking is for your opinions. Tell me what you thought about the Halo 4 campaign. Thank you, and goodbye.